Hey, what is up guys, it is KKB. Last week I decided to make a voiceover, but from now on I'm going to be making compilations every week. I hope you guys are enjoying the content on this channel, and if you are, please let me know in the comment section down below. As always, make sure to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Enjoy the video.
Back at Homestead Miami Speedway under caution for the sixth time tonight. Coming out lap 86, our in-race reporter, Matt Kenseth. A left rear tire. We're told they've been on pit road and they have a brace they're going to have to put there on that rear panel. And how about some close calls? You think these guys aren't gladiators that go over the wall? It's into the danger zone. Jason Tate, the Jack Manfred, Kelly Whoa, just gets in there between him and the 18 car of Eric Almirola. Wow.
Man, look at this right here. Yo, he had to jump over both cars. Jumped over the hood and had to dodge that 18.
And he's carrying a jack as he's jumping. Think this guy isn't a pretty good athlete?
I have never seen nothing like that in my life. That was so close. His foot barely fit between both those cars and hardly ever missed a beat. Threw that jack down, jacked that car up. He's going to talk about this one for a long time.
Greg Biffle, bottom right of your screen. 2 tires for him. No changes to the car. Matt Kenseth also 2 tires.
Right, guys,
Kenseth will win the race off pit road, and there's a problem on pit road, Adam.
Something we saw in February. Brad Keselowski and Ryan Newman getting together on pit road. This is a tight place when you put them all there together. It's Casey Kane in the 5 car.
Oh, Gordon got into Newman and turned him into the 5 car.
What's this? Oh, that's dangerous.
Gosh.
Very dangerous. And one of the 2 cars' crewmen did go down, but he appeared to get up okay.
And it's a good thing they were on the left side already, or that could have been a ton worse.
Just barely clips Newman. And as you see it, it sends him across. And look at those officials.
Maybe they were on the right side. They got out of the way.
Yeah, they did a great job there. And you see the tire changer there on the ground. Those guys are very blessed.
Watch this with Jeff Gordon just in the situation we were talking about and how close he came to Mark Martin's pit crew.
Yeah, made a good pit stop. He was out trying to race up there with Casey Kane, who had just got out in front of him. Man, that was really close to being bad for Jeff.
Nice job by Jeff to avoid that turning into a really serious situation, but he does have a wrinkle in that right front fender.
The 48 of Jimmy Johnson leaving pit road. They drop the jack, and I think the right rear tire catches the jack. Look at this dangerous moment. Looks like, I'm not going to say it didn't hurt, but he's walking towards that. It's scary when that jack spits out from underneath that tire.
As we continue under the green flag.
Trouble down on pit road, guys.
Stewart turned around.
Keselowski and Tony Stewart just collided on pit road, guys.
Darren, we've been seeing that all night long, some really close calls during these green flag pit stops.
Now let's show you what happened to Tony Stewart.
Yeah, it's happened right here, just right to my in my vision here. Keselowski's going out, and here comes smoke. And they collided.
And Tony's crew had to scatter.
Watch this. A little dirt track action right there. Smoke it back in there.
What a close call for Eric Almirola's crew in that 43 car that was sitting in his pit box.
It looks like a fairly wide pit stop, but pit area, but sometimes, boy, looks can be deceiving. Look at this.
Wow.
Wow. He got him.
Yeah, he did. And that's, you know, those guys on pit road.
He just
but they're just unsung heroes. I don't care what anybody. To go out there and turn your back on a car and to turn your back on those guys leaving it out. These guys do an incredible job. Drivers can't do what they do without these guys you see. But look at them all talking to each other. It's the crew chief from the 18 car come over to check to make sure that these guys are all right. They compete against each other on the racetrack. But when it comes to things like this, it's all for one and one for all, man. These guys want to make sure everybody's safe all the time.
Pit stop under caution, one crewman got upended, and it happened when 4th place Reed Sorensen was leading 5th place Tony Stewart into the pits from the DirecTV Hot Pass cam. Wow. Jason Lee, Tony's jackman, went up and over. Now watch how close Tony is to Reed coming in.
And that's the reason Jason Lee couldn't go out there, because the 41 was coming in and there just wasn't any room for him to run across the front of the car.
And because Sorensen short pitted right at the back of his pit, you'll see when Tony pulls out here, there's not a lot of room either.
But you don't think these guys are athletes? He never checked up with that jack, getting the right side and then the left side of that car up.
Trouble there for the 16 of Ryan Reed. Take another look. And one of the crew members got his foot run over.
Trying to add a little tape there. Couldn't quite get the job done. Don't know if he got that tape on there.
Driver's job when the car is dropped, he's to take off. Just happens that the crewman was in front of him.
And that's Calvin McClurkin. I've caught up with him here. He's the front tire changer for the Ryan Reed. Are you all right? We saw you take a little spill there.
Yeah, I went for a little ride there. The lug nut on the splitter, and I just tripped going for it, so it's all good.
You're going to be all good to continue pitting?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
You're going to be all good to continue pitting?
Oh, yeah, all good. Just got my shoe a little bit, that's all.
Matt, wedge adjustment as well for Kevin Harvick. He said I'm still just a little bit too loose, so they're going to reverse the air pressure change they made last time and wedge. He is away. Stalls out, though. Almost hits a crew member on the one.
That was a tense moment at the end of pit road. Now watch that tire get away from the orange car. Harvick hits it, and a crewman has to take big evasive action right here.
This is acrobatic right here. That's what you think these guys that work in the pits are not athletes?
Well, Ryan Newman said his car is pushing off the bottom. They're going to need to make some adjustments to that number 39 car to get him as fast as he wants to be.
Whoa, and he almost runs over Clint Boyer's crew. He was blocked getting out by Boyer coming in, and that was almost calamity. Let's go back to Ryan Newman's pit stop and him trying to get out. There's an opening just past Newman to go to the infield right there, but here's Boyer coming in, and Boyer's crew is already there, and there is contact with the jackman.
And Newman couldn't do anything because the car is there. He can't go out into the pit lane, and the crew is there, and he just about run over.
Colin Pawsey right here.
Yeah, he just
front carrier
in the grill, but boy, to a driver, and he get his foot caught underneath that splitter.
Yeah.
And you know, for a driver, normally when the jack is dropped, that's his signal to go. So you know, Carl Edwards did what he's supposed to do, but he just didn't quite get out of the way quick enough.
Hard to believe, but he limped away and is doing just fine now, Marty.
Yeah, he limped away and he just did that pit stop again, Adam. And actually what happened is his left shoe got caught underneath the splitter of the car and actually had the left shoe. The shoe actually came apart. Look, the shoe came apart, and that saved him right there. The shoe came apart. He was able to walk away just fine. And you know what they were doing? He was pulling that tape we've been talking about for 10 minutes off of the grill, trying to get Carl Edwards' car a little bit cooler, but thank goodness to the shoe, everything was all good.
Pit road can also be a little treacherous place. You note they have one, sometimes two NASCAR officials positioned at every car. Here's one reason why. As Landon Castle, then the leader, comes in, they're sweeping up in the 10 pit, and the official has to drag one of the crewmen out of the way of the oncoming car. No penalty there. Never turn your back on the race cars.
Pit road was a busy place, perhaps too busy for Brad Keselowski.
Oh, wow, that was close. He drives off with just some gas. Oh, there's Timothy Peters.
A lot of contact.
Man, can't drive out on the side of someone. Spotter, Fuji, somebody needs to help you. You can't see really great out of these trucks, Phil. So you got to have a lot of help right there. And that truck, bad move there.
Take another look at what happened after getting his service done.
Watch this hard contact. See, further down. Nowhere for Jake Crum to go. He had to get by the 60 truck of Dakota Armstrong.
Looking at Sam Hornish Jr. on the racetrack, watch this yellow car leaving its pit stall a minute ago. Conditions are tight on the racetrack. They're tight on the pit road here at Bristol as well.
I don't know how many times we've seen that here. Coming out of your pit stall, just don't have enough room. Wow. That was a close call right there. I hope he's okay. Looks like he is. He's going around to finish his pit stop. Sam's hit quite a few things today.
Yeah. This has been a difficult track for him and a difficult weekend so far for Hornish in the 12, but obviously everybody up and okay.
In the 88 at Dale Earnhardt Jr., he's already in and gone. Good fuel stop for him.
48 just got hammered by Marcus Ambrose.
Just back right over here, back into our stall, and we'll get a look at it.
come on back, come on back, come on back, come on back. Got one coming.
Oh. And this is what happens when you're trying to get in and out, two-tire change, and boom. You know, you're counting on your spotter.
See, Kyle Busch almost ran into the car in front of him.
You're counting on spotters. You're counting on help from your pit crew. You see the 48 car leaving the pits right here. The 9 car has already committed to his pit. Nothing can be done at that point in time.
A strange and terrible wreck as Mark Martin was caught up in an accident in front of him off turn 4, spun down pit road and caught the butt end of the opening of pit wall. You see Mark climbing from the car there, fortunately, because look where that car hit that wall just behind the driver's compartment. So this began. Mark had Casey Kane coming up from behind him, racing for the lead. Juan Pablo Montoya and Bobby Labonte were racing right in front of him in turn 4.
Yeah, and this Mark had caught these cars. You can see Bobby Labonte looks like just loses it, gets loose with that car right up behind him there. But Mark had been there for a while, and you can see Mark spinning now. Not much you can do except hold on and lock the brakes as a driver at this point in time.
And right there, oh.
Yeah, I was lucky the crew members weren't injured there as well. I'm telling you, that was just a crazy accident.
Mark's trying to keep it off the wall right here and keep it a little damaged as he possibly can, but just can't get it back out. Wow, you can see all the oil go out from under
instantly it ruptured that oil tank.
You know, I talked about at the very top of the show about pit road, and you've got to be careful on pit road. It can eliminate you. Watch as the 45 car, Kyle Petty, top of the screen, making a pit stop. He gets bumped from behind. Oh my goodness! By the 18 car, Bobby Labonte, and luckily his crew guys were able to get behind the wall before he made contact with that wall.
Still under caution here at Talladega.
Crew Chief Mike Wheeler hopes they're just one adjustment away on this 11 car from being able to battle for the lead. Denny Hamlin has been loose on the left-handers, tight in the rights. They're going to make a wedge adjustment, give them 4 Goodyear tires and Sunoco fuel.
And look out, the gun got pulled off of the 11. There is a crazy tire now coming across pit road.
See, Brad's trying to leave because he's taking fuel only, so he's trying to get out of there. The jackman drops the jack, but the tire goes away and the gun gets pulled out of his hand. We're also hearing that the 9 of Chase Elliott had issue. Here's Chase right here in his stall. Woo! That's safe.
Man, it's different for these crews, and it's definitely dangerous.